Walking through the media.
LA Times, AT&T Inc. Chief Executive John Stankey on Tuesday defended the company's industry-shaking decision to put Warner Brothers' entire 17-film slate on the streaming service HBO Max next year, saying, quote, it needed to try something different to respond to the pandemic. The decision to release movies, including potential hits such as Dune and Matrix 4 on HBO Max, as soon as they hit theaters, has shaken Hollywood in an unprecedented way, with some filmmakers and experts believing that the decision will do irreparable damage to the traditional film exhibition business. Warner Brothers partners, including theater chains and production companies such as Legendary Entertainment, also were taken aback by the decision to put movies directly onto the streaming service at no extra charge. Movie theater giant AMC Entertainment blasted Warner Media's HBO Max decision last week, saying the company clearly intended to sacrifice studio profits to subsidize its HBO Max startup. This has been big news, heated news. I feel like this is kind of the first we've been sitting down and chatting since this decision was made on Warner Brothers front. Yeah. What do you think, Chris? Do you think it's a smart decision, or do you think it is gonna be? I feel like a lot of Hollywood feels betrayed by it. Like Christopher Nolan had some really harsh words.
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday a little bit about it. I mean, I can understand only because I understand what HBO, what Time Warner and Warner Brothers and AT&T and them are doing with this whole, everything's going to streaming. We got to catch up to Netflix and Disney Plus, and this pandemic has expedited the whole. Theaters are on the way, out the door as far as being the top way we, absorb and consume these movies, because people have been stuck at home, so now people are going to get used to watching movies at home thing. Yeah. I get that, but Christopher Nolan is just very upset with the way Warner Brothers handled it. Not only did they give a sweet deal of compensation to Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot for the upcoming Wonder Woman movie. Hey, I know your contract said that this was supposed to go into theaters. We're going to give you the equivalent of what it would have of your bonus, because they were going to get points. They took a pay cut to get points of the gross. So we'll assume this would have made $1 billion, and we'll pay you accordingly of that. And that's what they got. But everybody else got nothing. They got no notice, no notification. They all found out the same way we all found out. And I understand where some people are like, oh, well, you Hollywood guys are just, complaining and stuff. It's almost like that whole like shut up and dribble kind of a mentality that they don't have the right to complain. No, they definitely. I feel like they do. They do definitely have.
Yeah, but right I feel like that's a little bit of a false equivalency, because like the shut up and dribble, I've always seen more in terms of, and it kind of comes down to how I feel about a lot of this, which is like shut up and dribble, I feel like is usually in regards to people actually having complaints about like large scale, political injustice and stuff. This is like, it sucks. There's a pandemic, man. We're all just trying to it's a rock and a hard place. I personally, as a film goer, like the decision. As someone who and everybody has different risk sort of factors they're comfortable with. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to a theater right now. I will not be until, I'm personally like vaccinated and or get the okay of like, this is safe. I'm not doing it. I appreciate not feeling like I'm going to have to miss out on every movie. When movie theaters open, I will be so excited. The first movie I go to see in a theater, I'll probably cry, but like, you got to figure it out. Did Warner Brothers handle it brilliantly? No, maybe not. But the actual decision, I just feel like theaters will figure out a way out of this. People will be excited to get
maybe not
there.
Because everybody's reporting that this is the next step in. It's not going to kill the theater industry, but this is another nail in the coffin of.
Yeah, but I don't mean to be cold-hearted about it. It's terrible. That's what's happening this year.
Yeah. That's true.
With the exception of like Walmart and, grocery stores. Small businesses are going out of business. Local restaurants are going out of business. It's awful. I'm not trying to downplay how awful that is. It's not Warner Brothers' fault that the pandemic happened. If it's not safe, or counties and states are regulating that theaters can't be kept open, or what we're really dealing with is it looks different across the country. So how do you decide, like, you could go see a movie in Texas. I can't here in California.
That's true.
So how do you deal with that? You can't just release something in theaters and go, oh, sorry, bad luck.
I mean, yeah.
So it's a rock and a hard place.
But that's only.
I understand people are angry, but there's so much to be angry about right now. I guess I just feel like it's not the one I can get.
But that's true. That's only if you're always comparing it to the or everything to the pandemic, and of course this is what this is about. But Christopher Nolan, and he's not the only one now. A lot more other writers, actors, and directors and producers are also being vocal about this, because we're living in a world. I mean, if I feel like we're only saying that to people who are already. Of course, we're a little less worried about people who already have $1 bajillion in the bank. But if we were talking about, I mean, every day there are regular people, like you just said, that because of the pandemic, they're losing their businesses, they're losing their jobs, their small businesses and employment and things like that. Yeah. So that's what we're focused on. But every actor, every director, every person, this is their job. I mean, they have a skill, they have a talent, they have a career and a background, and like just like a football. That's why I compared it to the whole shut up and dribble thing.
No, I get it. I haven't been on set since late February, early March. I get it. I'm an actor. Right. It sucks, but not at this level.
You think we're a little less worried about it when we know they already have $1 million in the bank?
It doesn't hurt. Also, Aaron G in the chat, thanks for tuning in, Aaron, said Christopher Nolan is always bitter, which just made me chuckle.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Christopher Nolan has resting bitch face for everything, even when he's wishing people a Merry Christmas. That's true. I'll give you that, Aaron. That is
I'm just
true.
Like, sorry nobody sorry people didn't pee their pants over Tenet. I'm super sorry, bro.
He's the guy who I feel like on general conversation probably says bah humbug, like for real. But
I feel like you were talking about how mad Christopher Nolan was, and I just sent back the there are people that are dying Kim meme, because that's really true.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, when you compare it to that,
that
Christopher Nolan's being but
everybody's getting screwed in this pandemic.
Exactly.
And am I mad about the way things have been handled? Absolutely. This is not the biggest or most tragic injustice of the pandemic. And again, for me as a moviegoer, it's a decision that works for me. I wish they had handled it a bit better with regards to how the actors and creative team were treated, but fundamentally, I do think it was the right way to handle this.
I feel like it was the right way to handle it. I feel like the way they went about notifying everybody was the wrong way to go.
I agree. No, I think we are on the same page.
Yeah,
we did ask you guys.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just saying there's no way in the world Disney is gonna make that same mistake. They're not gonna forget to notify people and to talk to the other investors the way Warner Brothers.
No, it is insane that people were finding out from this announcement. That is bad business. I don't disagree.
Do we have any?
But we asked you guys on the community. Disney is focused on streaming and now HBO Max. If this trend continues, what is likely to happen when theaters that haven't shut down reopen? 61% said the convenience of watching at home will have set in. 39% said moviegoers will fight to revive the theater. I disagree with the majority on this, man. I really like people. All of this stuff. I feel like I've seen one headline after another about this is the end of a phase. This is the end of concerts. This is the end of movie theater. People are fighting to do it now when it's not safe. People are going to go back to theaters. I am not worried.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I agree with you. I'm not worried about that. The thing that they're going to have to realize is because of the pandemic and the fact that a lot of people who didn't listen to the suggestions to the CDC and to guidelines and all that stuff, they are mostly the blame for the reason why it dragged out and lasted so long. And when it is safer to go out to theaters again, there is congratulations, 2021, 2022 and beyond, there's going to be a lot fewer theaters to go. You're going to have to probably drive further than you would have if you wore your mask, because a lot of theaters have shut down. I mean, there's an AMC that's been there since, oh my God, since I can hardly, the early 90s, I believe, or the mid 90s. An AMC 30 on a street called Westheimer just shut down for good. And so I think it's starting with the larger theaters, and they're going to hold on to the smaller, because that's a lot of real estate. You gotta pay that mortgage on all that real estate. The AMC 30s and higher, they're gone. So prepare yourself, guys. It's gonna be some smaller theaters moving forward. So
it sucks. It's gonna take a hit, but I do think people will fight to get it back. Lord Haven 111 says theaters won't be going anywhere. They didn't go anywhere when everyone was getting high def and big plasma, LCD, LED, etc. screen TVs. I think, and honestly, the industry changes. It just does.
It's going to change back to the way it was back in the 80s. The number of theaters that we had in 1985 is probably what we're going to get in 2021. That's all.
But honestly, I mean, not to be like, wow, Circle of Life, because it does suck. It is a damn shame. But this is the direction things were going with services like Netflix and Hulu popping up as, an Amazon Prime Yeah.
The only problem, the only thing that sucks is that was like maybe 10, 15 years down the line, and now it happened.
But the nature of the industry is changing, and unfortunately, this is pushing it along faster. But again, I mean, hell, people still insist on getting, record players and stuff. Like, people are damn stubborn about things they like, and I don't think the movie-going experience is something people are ready to get rid of entirely. So I hold out hope that there will be a resurgence and people will fight to hang on.
Well, Christopher Nolan, you don't have to be bitter, because I saw Tenet at the theater. So there you go.
Don't be bitter, be better. Anyway.
If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe to the channel and please drop a like on this video. It really does help us. Also, don't forget you can turn on notifications so you don't miss a single review, react, why is that trending, or we got your mail.